Hello my lovelies, Sophia here, and I'll be here until 9 p.m. UK time doing paid tarot readings. I also do 3 free collective readings during the live, and the first one will be a spirit message. Then around 7:45 a love message for whether you're single, in no contact, or have ups and downs in a current relationship. And then at around 8:30 a career message, which can include finances, depending on what spirit brings through for you. So stay tuned for those. If you would like a reading during the live, then all the info I will pin in the chat. It is through PayPal only, and once paid, put your question in the chat for me to see. Thank you. Okay, so hello to my lovelies, Snowflower and Iman. Let's get some things dropped into the chat. Yeah. Hello, Nini. Oh, early today, Nini. Usually at the end. Yeah. Oh, waiting at the dentist. Funny. Oh, where has it gone? Right, okay. Let's refresh all of that, because it doesn't seem to be more. Ah, right, I can see you all now. Right, okay, so Nini's waiting at the dentist, and there's a couple of you watching, so we may as well get into the first of the collective readings, which is going to be a spirit message. So, okay. Let's see what Spirit wants to say to us all today. Okay, if it does resonate with any of you that are watching while it's live, then drop a comment saying yes, that resonated. Let's thank Spirit for the messages that they bring through. Okay, so Spirit, what message for the collective or for anybody watching this who may need guidance today? Okay, very much a lovely. Okay, so I pulled out 2 for each because they were all speaking. Okay, so they're basically saying here on this card, you've got yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. Okay, now it doesn't mean you've got to literally go and do yoga and exercise. What are you doing when you're doing yoga? You are relaxed, aren't you? Even some people find exercising, you know, a gentle stroll is exercising. Okay, because they're saying spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. So it's like both of these cards are saying when you're calm, because most of the day, because we're in our thoughts, having 60 odd thousand thoughts a day, it is very rare that we are in the present moment. We are in our thoughts, either in the past, thinking about something that's happened in the past, or thinking about what's going to happen in the future with a situation. Okay. And we are not present. That is the whole point of sort of relaxing, meditating, being in the present, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, and yoga can help. It's relaxing. Anything that is relaxing, we're not relaxed enough is what Spirit is saying. And this is stopping peace coming in. Okay, it's stopping the tranquility and a smoother road ahead for you. Okay, so when you are relaxed and you're in the flow of life, okay, because when you're in the flow of life, all the doors will open. When you're struggling and you're efforting and you're trying to swim up against the current, mega fail. Okay, so surrender to the divine and let yourself receive. Okay, allow others to help you, allow Spirit to help you. Okay, help yourself. That is when the personal issues that you're worrying and stressing about will present solutions. Hello, Ratika, my lovely. So your desire is within reach, okay? And have faith as everything is working in your favor and everything's okay. Don't worry, okay? It's all working out in a beautiful way. Your higher self, your spirit team knows what is on your heart, but it can't deliver or give you those intuitive nudges when your head is all over the place and you're not being present to hear the message. You're not hearing or noticing the signs because basically you've got your head up your arse trying to fix and solve things that your logical brain cannot always do. So surrender to the divine, okay? Allow things to unfold how they're meant to. Your spirit team and your higher self is not stupid. Okay, it knows what you're wanting. So we need to get out of our way in order to receive what it is that we are wanting. Okay, so I hope that message helps anybody today. And if it resonated with any of you in the live, then leave a little comment. Let's thank Spirit for their message. So the timing, so we've still got 2 free collective readings to be done. Okay, like I say, the love one will be about 1:45. Okay, and then at past on the next hour, the career message, which can include finances as well. Okay. Also, like I say, I will pin the timings for the free ones in the comments section under the video once it has finished. Okay, because you can't post things in there while it's live. It goes into the chat. And the timestamps will be there. And also on the other lives that I've done, look for the timestamps of the messages there because they may resonate with you more than the ones today. Also, any of my videos or shorts, you know, they're not limited to time. They're not time sensitive to when I upload them. They're there for you as and when you feel drawn to them. Okay, if you're just joining, welcome. Paid readings are open and the PayPal link is pinned in the chat. And thank you for your energy and patience. Also, if you ever want a private reading outside of the live, I've got those available too. The links are in the description. You can book any time and I'll get back to you with the information. If I do go quiet, don't worry. I'm just tuning into the energy, giving space for the right messages to come through. Like I say, if I'm quiet, I'm just tuning into the energies. And the free collective spirit message has just been done. Mickey Moo. Just going to let the dog out. I hope you're all well. So if you are new here, welcome. Okay, these are paid readings, okay, and the PayPal link is pinned in the chat. I do 3 free collective readings throughout the live. I will be here for another hour and 3/4, so there's plenty of time. I am a psychic medium, okay, so although I've got the cards here as visuals for you, I don't read the cards, I channel spirit. Okay, they're just choosing the cards for pictures for you. Okay. Hello, Yvette, my lovely. Yep, do you need the link or can you see the link? Okay, lovely. I will drop it in if there's anybody new who missed the link. I know the chat moves. Hello to you all, my lovelies, joining in. These are paid psychic readings, okay, but you can hang around if you just want to watch, because I do free collective readings during the chat. We've already had the spirit message, so you can listen back to that one. Also, the other lives, they have timestamps in the comments section if you want to look at any of those. Hello, Akshata, my lovely. And we will have the at around quarter to, the second collective reading, which is free, and it is the love reading. Whether you're wanting love, you know, you're single, you're in no contact with somebody and they're still on your heart, or up and down in a current relationship. Like I say, if I go quiet, I'm just tuning into the energies. Can't sit here talking to myself solid for 2 hours. Oh, feel free to say a hi. I also have lots of videos and shorts, pick a card readings, yes, no, questions, love, career, spirit messages, you name it, I've done them. Okay, and they're all relevant. They're not time sensitive, only if it's been about a certain topic or something going on at that time. Okay, Yvette. Now, as it's one card for one question for the mini, you can choose which deck you want me to pull a question from. Oh, question is attached. Hang on then. I mean, which ones you want? What can be seen for this phone? Okay, so Virgo, all right. Are you drawn to any specific deck? That one wouldn't count, or that one? Just say the colour. Or describe the pattern on it, Yvette. Can I have that baby blue one? Okay, this baby blue one, the one I got my finger on. Okay, so Spirit is saying here to you, I'm a psychic medium, okay, I channeled Spirit for the reading, but I'm just showing you the pictures that they've drawn. This has been a journey for you both, okay? It's been a journey as in it's taken time, okay? Feels like you've been on a journey, okay? But we do have the signposts. So it's, you know, in the wilderness, the way is becoming clear. And they have got in the second card blossoming. Okay. So the energy around it is that things can blossom between you, even if it feels like it's been a journey. So hopefully that something will be done around the birthday, or there may be a reaching out. But also Spirit is sort of saying, put your energy when you're focusing on the no contact, you're keeping no contact in place. Remember, where your focus goes, what you are aware of, okay, is getting more of it. Everything is energy. Okay, when you're thinking about somebody, they're thinking about you, but it's the way you're thinking about them. Okay, your thoughts really aren't aren't private, if you like. So if you're thinking about this relative and you're still bearing a grudge, or you're still thinking about what happened, okay, then you're keeping that in place rather than, of course, we're in contact. Why wouldn't we be in contact? We're relatives, okay, whatever relative you are. All right. So in the past, if I've had a situation where I've not spoken to a relative for a while because of some disagreement or misunderstanding, I make it normal and natural so that when I think about them, it's like, well, of course we're talking. Why wouldn't we be talking? And in no time at all, the situation changes where suddenly we're in contact. Okay. So although this has been a journey, you need, in order for things to blossom as and when they do, okay, and Spirit is given a 3, so it could be over the next 3 weeks, it could be 3 months, hopefully not another 3 years, okay, but start to, when you're giving out the energy of course we talk to each other, or of course we've made up, you're shifting the energy rather than keeping it stagnant in a holding pattern, in a waiting game. Do you understand? Her energy is calming down, Spirit is saying, okay? So let her reach out to you. Never chase the thing that you're wanting, because it will run. That's why you're chasing after it. Okay, let it come to you when you know. Why wouldn't she? Okay, when you're making it normal and natural, why wouldn't she? See there, Spirit is saying in your question there, her energy is all over the place. It's chaotic. So she's still holding a grudge. So you're more aware of that energy that's keeping it stagnant. Okay, in order to see the energy shift, you have to see it in a different way, is what Spirit's trying to say to you. Or else you're just chasing your tail. So again, everything is energy. So when, think of it like a fire, okay, or a flame. If I want that flame to go out, at the moment it's using the energy of the oxygen in the room to keep it alight. Okay, so your thoughts and your feelings are energy in motion, emotion. Your emotions are energy in motion. And the energy that you've got at the moment is you're wanting a relationship, but on the other hand, your thoughts are out of alignment. Okay. Yes. So you're thinking in a more favorable way, as if it's normal and natural for the two of you to talk, that there hasn't been a falling out or there's been an apology. Okay. When I do it, it's when we do come back together, it's as if it never happened. Okay, because I've given it that loving energy, as if we've always talked, like it never happened. And an apology will sometimes come straight away, or else it's just as if it never happened and we've picked up as friends. Okay, so it's all about shifting. What you focus on, you're keeping there. So if you keep focusing on the grudge or the disconnect, it's keeping it there for longer, that's all. If any of you are just joining in, welcome. It is paid readings, okay, and the PayPal link is pinned in the chat. Also, I do the collective readings, the free collective readings. I've done the spirit message at the beginning, and then we have the love message collective one at 1:45, and then at past on the next hour, a career reading. If you can't stay tuned in the live, then when the live is finished in another hour and a half's time, I do pin the timestamps in the comments so that you can listen back. And also in the other live readings, I've pinned the timestamps for the collective ones in there as well. Because today's collective message may not resonate, but the other ones might do. As well as, like I say, the shorts and the videos on my channel, pick a card readings, as long as your arms. Okay, there's thousands and shorts. Okay, so lots to look at on the channel as well. Yeah, just what you focus on grows, Yvette. So when you're focusing on the grudge, which you still are, I know you're asking Spirit about it, but Spirit is saying it's still it's more the dominant energy than the we talk all the time. Okay, we've made up energy. Okay, even though you physically haven't, the change has to be made within in order to see the changes outside get reflected back. Okay, so try it. Okay. Mhm. If I go quiet, it's either because nobody's talking in the chat and also I'm just tuning into energies. Very quiet one tonight. Everybody asleep? Not even chatting in the chat. Okay, 5 minutes till we do the collective love reading. And see what Spirit brings out for you all. But of course you can get your own personal reading as well. That's why Spirit and I are here today, to help you. Pharaoh, the free Spirit message is at the beginning, but the love reading for the collective is next, and then in about 4 minutes, and then the collective for the career reading will be at past. Don't worry if you can't hang around, because I do put the timestamps for each of the readings in the comments after the live, my lovely. You're welcome. Okay, so we're going to be doing the love reading next from Spirit. Okay, quite a lot coming through for this love reading. The reason I put that one back is because it's the same, it's already come out in another deck, so there's no point repeating it. And that one's the same as that one, right? Okay. Now, I'm going to have to pull a different card for singles, because these are more for the other two categories here, to be honest. Okay, so Spirit for singles. Okay, so let's start with the singles. These aren't relevant. Well, they've just drawn me to the healing one. Okay. So for those of you that are single and have no intentions of hooking up with, getting back together or have any space in your heart for any exes or previous connections. This is for those of you who are totally single and wanting new love. All right. So the message for you is that you got to remember a couple of things Spirit is saying. Okay. First of all, you don't become happy because you found love. You find love because you're already happy within yourself. And a lot of people make that mistake of desperately wanting love to fulfill them from somebody else. And that's where you get disappointed and let down, because it isn't anybody else's job to fill your cup of love up. If you're not loving yourself and feeling good about yourself and you're waiting for somebody else to do that for you, once I find love, I'll be happy. Okay, then you will be disappointed. It will be short-lived. Okay, so this sort of saying, look at this beautiful, sunshine radiating down on this single person. There's nobody else in the picture. Okay, this person is loving themselves. They're loving life. They're feeling good about themselves. They're knowing that they are first best. They're knowing their worth and value. Okay, and that's making them become attractive to love. You don't chase love. You attract love to you when you are in this magnetic glow. Okay, having a person beside you is I can't say the word, accompaniment, is a bonus. Okay, but when you're trying to chase love to feel good or to feel loved, hoping that somebody else, that's when the relationship falls apart, because you are insecure throughout that relationship because you're fearing that that person will leave you and you won't have that love. As Spirit said, you don't become happy because you found love. Love is, with another person is a bonus. Okay, to find love, you find love because you're already happy within yourself. So when you shift that, okay, and you're really focusing on what you want, that loving relationship, and your energy is in alignment with that because you're feeling good, things will blossom very quickly. You will see things blossoming for you. Okay, so that's for those of you who are single. So if you're wanting love, really look at the stories you've got going on, because energy that you're transmitting, okay, you will receive it back. So if you have, I really want love, but I never meet the right person, people always cheat on me, nobody commits to me, then you're not in the energy of receiving it. You are keeping it from you, or you will just invite lower energy people in who are not a good match for you, and you waste your time in a non-fulfilling relationship. It's not mutual, it's not harmonious, and it's codependent. Okay, now for those of you who are in no contact with somebody, now that could be because you've recently broken up, it can be that it's been a certain amount of time, it can be that this person has always been in your heart for several years. Okay, Spirit is saying a couple of things here. You know in your heart with this believe card, this is like this little boy is believing in Father Christmas and the Tooth Fairy. Children believe in things. So your heart is your truth. Okay, not your logical mind. It's a bit like in the song, I won't put it in here, but where it says, my head says fool, forget them. My heart says don't let go. Okay, your heart is your truth. And when you have space in your heart for someone, that means like you have that knowing, I know that there's more to come. I know that this person must still think about me. Yes, they are thinking about you 100%, but it's the way that they're thinking about you because of the way that you're thinking about them. Okay, we're all connected by energy. So for some of you, the reason that you've not had contact, if you've been wanting it, is because the blockage is that you're still reflecting on what went wrong, or you're still focused on the no contact, the separation, being ghosted, what happened. Okay, you've got a story. When we think about things, we either have a one label for it that pops into our head straight away, liar, cheater, or else we have a story that we chunter along merrily to ourselves. Well, if you're wanting this connection in your heart, but your thoughts in your head is not in alignment with that, I want this relationship, I want them to come back in, I want us to be together, okay, in this beautiful relationship, but they did this, they did that, okay, all that, they're probably thinking this, they're off with a third party, blah, 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 blah. It's all stopping you having your happy connection with them, okay? Spirit can bring them back into your life at any time. And for some of you, there's still some healing that needs to be done because you are not, you're not extending your light-hearted energy out there. Okay, you're extending a blocked energy that's keeping things blocked and stagnant, and it's stopping them coming forward. Okay, for some of you, your person is wanting to come forward. Okay, so make sure you're in a what's called an inviting energy instead of a pushing away energy. Okay, let's just bring in one of these. Yes, you can be back together again. Okay, and again, Spirit are trying to bring them to you as a gift. Okay, like this one, bringing them back to you on this boat, the angel bringing them back to you. Okay, but a lot of you are still in your mental prison about it, going over everything that went wrong, and you're making it hard work for yourself. You're not in that fun energy, okay, that light-hearted energy. Everything is energy, all right? Okay, Iman. So really look at where your thoughts are, what story you have. The story you have is what will keep being reflected back to you, and you're not going to see the changes. What you focus on grows. Okay. So for those of you in an up and down relationship, again, there's a blockage of some kind, stopping that love that you're wanting on a mutual ground, not, you know, like I say in every live, the amount of clients I have, Sophia, when are they gonna reach out and contact me, and when are they gonna change? First of all, it doesn't matter if they contact you in the next second. Nothing's changed because you're waiting for them to change. It is who they are. If you didn't like them for who they are, move on. That's like them saying, well, when are you going to change then? When are you going to change so that I'll be happy? And you're saying, well, hang on a minute, when are you going to change? You both are individual people that are bringing something to this relationship. And if you fall apart, you have to look at why it fell apart. And sometimes that is revealing things that you did not want to see in yourself. Okay? So if you're having ups and downs in a relationship, then really look at the story you've got going on. Even if it's things like they never do this, they never do that. You're moaning and complaining about them to your family and friends. Well, look at the story. As I've said before, the story you're going around telling in your head or to others is what's going to be reflected back to you. It's all a mirror. Okay, my lovely. So Spirit is saying for a lot of you, in your hearts, you're wanting love, you're wanting the connection, you're wanting it, but where's your head? You're not in alignment, you're off. And you're wondering why nothing's changing. Okay? Nothing can change until you change the story, change the labels, and look at what you're telling yourself. Okay, it's a choice, and you're making it about the other person, or you're making it about chasing love. You know, once I have love, I'll be happy. No, if you're not loving yourself and knowing your worth and value, you will always just be breadcrumbed, or you will always get the wrong people, or you will just be chasing love. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay, the next collective reading will be at past, and that will be the excuse me, the career reading. Okay, I will drop some more bits into the chat after I've done Iman's one question reading. Okay, so his energy towards you is still anxious. Okay, it's still a bit hesitant. All right, and so it's a bit of a stalemate situation here. And Spirit is saying why is because you're still asking what's his energy. So you're not in the wish fulfilled. You're not, if you're still looking out there for changes or for proof or what's his energy, then you're not going to see the changes because you're still in a lack energy. So his energy is reflecting back no movement. Okay. It's just a no movement. Okay, or if it is some movement, it's sporadic. Okay. There isn't much more I can say on that because Spirit is saying that is it. Okay. Your energy is still in a I need to see it energy. Where is it? I don't have it. I'm waiting energy. So his energy is a paused energy. All right. It's not an action because you're not seeing, you're not in that. If you're you know when you're truly in the end because you're not needing to know, see signs. You don't need to see signs. You don't need proof. You just know it's a done deal. And you're walking around as that person who for some in that relationship already. In their mind, they're already in that relationship. Okay, or they know it's a done deal. I don't need proof, I don't need evidence, because nothing and no one can tell me any different. I know that we're going to be together. Okay, so it doesn't matter about the circumstances, it doesn't matter about this, I know, and I'm expecting it. Okay, so there's still some shifting within you that you have to do, because you haven't changed in order to see the changes, is what Spirit is trying to tell you there. Just dropping some bits into for those of you joining in. Hello, Neela, my lovely. I've been fine, thank you. How have you been? Exactly. Bit of sunshine. They say sunshine is healing. Healing qualities of the sun. So there you go. Yes. With the salt water. If I do go quiet, don't worry. I can't sit here talking for 2 hours straight. And it has been quiet in here today. Did I miss you've missed the spirit reading at the beginning and the love reading that I did half an hour ago, but don't worry, because I do timestamp them when the live has finished, okay, for you to look back at. We've still got the career reading, one at past. You can get your own personal reading, but the free readings I do throughout the live. The reason I'm not doing complete open free readings is because people don't understand sometimes how readers or psychics work. Okay, it's all based on energy, and if they're purely reading tarot, like I say, I don't read the tarot, it's just for you guys as pictures. Okay, that you ask, a lot of people will come in the live and they will just ask a question as if they're shaking an 8 ball. That's being disrespectful to the reader and to spirit, okay, because it does take energy to channel, in my case, okay, because I'm channeling energy, so they're using my energy, but also it just becomes a free-for-all, and it really is a horrible energy when I do the free readings. So I would rather, I didn't want to, I've had a year off the channel and I didn't want to come back on here, but Spirit said, they kept badgering me for a couple of weeks, and I was like, no, not going on there, not going on there. Not making any more videos, it takes up too much time, etc, etc. I've done all the topics, pick a card of various kinds, celebrity readings, shorts, yes, no's, whatever. Okay, if you want a yes, no one, then go to the shorts. Okay, they're all relevant. There's loads of yes, no ones. There's loads of when are they going to contact me ones. There's spirit messages. There's all sorts. Okay, but for the lives, it will just be paid readings, so that it is helping the individual. Okay, and it's also but they did say you could do it this time, and they will do like a collective reading, which is the spirit message, which is the love reading, and which is the career reading, because they're the main topics that we want to know about in life. As long as we're emotionally secure and financially secure, we're happy bunnies. And the spirit is reminding me, like I say, when I'm sat here, I am listening to spirit, and they are saying, remember, guys, what they said in the love reading. For those of you who are broken up with somebody and you're wanting to know, all your focus is, when are they going to contact me? And Spirit is saying, for the majority of you, it doesn't matter if your person contacted you in the next 5 seconds. Nothing has changed. Okay, if you're waiting, all you've done in the breakup is been obsessed with when are they going to contact me. You haven't reflected on why it broke down. You're still probably in the blame, well, if they changed, I'd be happy situation. Okay, and nothing has changed. Okay, so go back to the love reading if you want more on what they said about that in today's live. Sandra, let me just put the details in so that you can see what type of reading you want, my lovely. and no health, legal or pregnancy questions. There you go. For any of you watching outside of the live, you can book your own personal reading. Okay, and that is, details are in the description box. Okay. I channel your loved ones in spirit. I channel your pets in spirit. I channel what your pet thinks about you while they're still living. I do love readings. I do career readings. I do general readings. Okay, the only ones I won't cover are your health advice, legal advice, or pregnancy. I do the lives on a Wednesday and a Sunday. I might not be doing this Sunday. I will keep you posted in the community chat. Might have a family thing. You can look at your energy. Yes, Dealer. Remember, if your energy hasn't changed, then nothing will change out there.
Don't know.
In the other room. Maggie, come on. Pick it up. Get out. When you ask for a sign, okay, generally you will 9 times out of 10 see it because you've asked for it. It doesn't mean that what you are asking it to represent will necessarily happen. Okay, when you see something or hear something that you just know it was meant for you, then usually it is meant for you anyway. But it is, for me, if I see something, it's just reminding me to keep going forward. Okay, because never give up on what you want. If you want it, it's already yours. The reason you're not experiencing it is the story that you have around it. Yes, the energy is gaining momentum. If you are in alignment with it, if your story, your mind and your heart are in alignment with and you're not needing proof because you know it's done, then yes, you will see signs to sort of let you know that you're on, keep going. The energy is gaining momentum. Remember, everything in the physical world is matter. Okay, your thoughts are the atoms, if you like, the energy. So matter is denser. So the physical world will appear sometimes to be slower at moving than the thoughts that you've had. So it might get reflected back to you, not as quickly as other times when you just think about something and suddenly you're experiencing it. But it doesn't mean to give up, because everything is now. You're choosing every now moment. You are a new person. You don't have to, you just are deciding this is how it is and choosing it right now. But what a lot of you, like in the spirit message, are doing is your brain is, most of the time, your thoughts are either in the past or in the future, but they're not in the present. What are you telling yourself? You're not even aware of what stories you're telling yourself. If you carried around a notebook, or you put notes in your phone every time you thought about the thing that you're wanting, and you look at the story you have around it, that's why you're not seeing movement. That's why it's away from you. Hello, Stormy. How are you all in your neck of the woods? Somebody was at the dentist earlier. I said, oh, you're on here early. And they went, I'm at the dentist. I'm waiting. Good. I'm glad that Dad's good and the dogs are good. Good. And you're good, hopefully. Yes, I mean, when we actually look at the story, we can see why nothing is changing. Okay. All right. Made you feel better. Good. Oh, a little N. Right, so let's see what Spirit wants to say about your energy, Neela. Okay, we still always get that worry card for you. Came out last week as well. But Spirit is saying that you are overall staying more balanced. Okay, being balanced means that your head and your heart are more in balance with each other. Okay, you are realizing that in order to experience what you want in the physical world, you're the magic wand within. Okay, I think it's finally hitting home for you, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, yes, you still have past fears come up. All right. But it's not about, you don't remember, the past doesn't exist. It's just a memory that you're having in the now moment. Okay, every time you think of the past, it's a memory that you're having in the now moment. Okay, you don't have to even revise it. You can just replace it. Okay, just replace it. There is only now. So what are you choosing? It's about in the now moment. What are you choosing? The old and unwanted, and you keep giving your focus to what you don't want, or you're like, no, that me doesn't exist. You know, you exist as all versions of you, because all possibilities and all versions exist right now. What are you choosing? Okay, so there's still some fears. What are you fearful of? Okay, in the next second, you're a new person. You haven't got that past unless you keep saying that you have. Replace it. Stop holding on to it and cuddling it and petting it and loving what you don't want. Drop it. Okay, that's not what I want. So, you know, focus on what you do want, my lovely. Okay, you don't become, you decide. It's not a process. You're deciding right now, this is how it is because I said so, because it's your life experience. Remember, if there's 8 billion people on this planet, there are 8 billion different realities all going on at the same time. You will never experience anybody else's reality and they will never experience yours. Even if you are stood talking to somebody, they are not having the same experience as you. Okay, people are just characters reflecting back to you. They're messengers of the story that you hold within you about yourself, about the situation, about them, about people, about topics. Okay, everything is a reflection. Okay, the only reason you keep having fears is because you're fearful of either not getting what you want or being let down. We're only born with 2 fears: the fear of being dropped, the fear of loud noises. Any other fear, Okay, there is no time. Okay, time is an illusion. Everything is now. Okay, there's no linear time. You haven't got to do this to get that, to get that, to get this. Okay, you just decide, it's mine. I have it. I am it. Okay, you're not separate from anything. We're never separated from it. It's just your logical brain sees separation. And then we focus on that and we keep what we want away from us. Make the unseen seen, as Neville would say. Okay, there is no loss. You can't lose anything. Even if somebody physically dies, they're still around you. It's just like you're talking to them in a different room. Okay, you can't see them. Okay, nothing is lost. If I lose something, okay, I don't even bother looking for it anymore. I might have a quick look, but then I tell myself, there's a timeline where it's here. So I just imagine I found it. Okay, and I always find it. I don't bother wasting my time and energy looking for something anymore. Okay, obviously, if I can't find it in the place where I think it is, I don't bother ransacking the house or having a cow about it. Okay, I just go within and say, right, I imagine that I found it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so what are your fears? Unless you address these fears that are just old, unwanted stuff that doesn't affect you now, you're the one holding on to it because that has become your truth. Okay, let it go. What are you fearful of? You're the one with the magic wand. It's your reality. You can't fuck anything up in your reality. Nobody can say no to you. Okay, you are the divine source of your reality. It's your personal reality. Okay, so don't stop giving your power away to things. You're still reacting, okay, to the physical world. Okay, with your thoughts. Your thoughts are still reactive instead of observing. Okay, again, be balanced, but be patient with yourself. Okay, don't beat yourself up about it. You're just feeding the fears. You're feeding the hungry wolf, aren't you? The bad wolf. Because it doesn't want to be killed off. Okay. So yeah, exactly. Once you kill off, you slay this thought and you slay that thought. Yeah, irrelevant. Who gives a fuck? Okay, I'm carrying forward. Okay. Then that is when everything changes. You start to see what it is that you want, what you're desiring. Okay, the news that you're wanting to hear, the things that you're wanting to experience will all come towards you with passion. Okay. I normalize things so much within because I know that the minute I want something, it's mine. Okay, yes, sometimes I might have to change the story around it because when it pops into my head in the day, I've got the old story. Okay, so I'm keeping the old story in place. But I've learnt that there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. I can have what I want. If I want it, it's mine. It's already mine before I even wanted it. Okay, but now it's become, I'm aware of it in my mind that that would be nice, or no, I don't want that. Okay, now I choose and decide whether I do want it. Once I have, I know it's mine. Okay, and when it comes to me in the physical world, that reflected back to me in the assumptive world, assumptions, okay, your assumptions are what's created this assumptive world. Okay, you know, I had something come today that I've been wanting for ages, you know, to physically experience. And when it did, it was like in a second, it was like, oh, well, that's normal, of course, because I already had that. Whereas before I used to get really excited. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Oh my God, you know, but now it's just the norm. Okay, and things are coming in much faster. Again, you know, you are blossoming. You're further ahead than you actually think because you are overall pretty well balanced and you are nourishing yourself better instead of these odd fears. Okay, you're just holding on to those fears because you're so cozy, comfy. And also the old identity won't want to be killed off. Remember, the big bad wolf doesn't want to be killed off. So it's not going to go quietly. It's not going to go, okay, Neela, you carry on. Have a lovely life. Okay. It's not going to want to be killed off. Okay. But you have to persist, or else you won't see the changes. You get who you say you are and what you say you have. I don't have it means you don't have it. And until you start declaring that you do have it, okay, then that's when you will see the changes. Debbie, this is paid readings only, my lovely. Okay, Neela, any questions on that before I move it into the final collective reading, which is the career reading? Mm-hmm. I didn't watch Neverending Story. It was sort of, it's not one I watched. Okay. Yes, when these fears come up, you just observe them because they're not truths. They are a truth, okay, but what you want is a truth. You know, you're always right. Okay, you will experience because you're always right. What you're believing, what you're assuming, what your story you're telling. Okay? So just observe it. When you react to it, that's when you're feeding it again. You're feeding it. When you're just observing and you're going, that's fine, it can be there. You know, you are reality itself. Again, life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. We're queens, darling, queens. Now we're older. I remember the song Neverending Story, but I never actually watched the film. Didn't it have a big white dog in it or something, or a dragon, something big and white? It's come out backwards. You're the person with the key to my heart. My true heart's desire, will you grow old with me? This is the version of him that there's a version of your person who has always loved and adored you. You're focused on the one that doesn't, that's separate from you. You're not changing that one into the one that's always loved you. You are going within and you're choosing the one that's always loved you. You're not entertaining the one that doesn't want you. That one will never want you because each timeline has its own script. That's like you watching a film on the telly and trying to change the film through the telly. You can't. The script and the film has been produced. Okay? Right. Let's ask, but it was my creation before now. Yes. Okay. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, a lot of people say, well, I never thought that. I never had that thought. You will always get reflected back your beliefs, your assumptions, your stories. Okay. In whatever way, even if you have a story within you that I'm not worthy, okay, I'm not lovable, okay, you will always have people who will reflect back to you, whether it is a boss, colleagues, family members, friends, okay, that will reflect back to you, or relationships of any kind, that in the end you come back to, I'm not lovable. That person didn't want me. That person argued with me. That person disrespected me. Okay, whatever form or shape it comes to you in, you will experience it, because that is a story and a belief. Okay. You're always right. So whatever you say, Neela, you're right. If you think that dancing naked in the garden or on the beach with drinking moon water brings you what you want, then yes, you're right. Okay? All in all, you're good. You just have to not keep feeding your fears. You observe them and then remind yourself they're irrelevant. Remember, us humans are actually only born with two fears. Unless you were dropped, okay, unless you're about to be dropped, or you're got loud music that scares you, the rest are just your own limiting fears that can be overridden, okay, because there is only right now. Okay, the collective career reading, Spirit, just remind me. Okay. It's all right. Some of these cards are repeating in different ones. They're the same message. Okay, again. Right, okay. So Spirit is saying that some of you really are not happy with where you are working. Okay, the environment you're in, or the job that you have. Okay, it's not really, these aren't really for ones that are looking for work. This is coming out as a turning away. You've got, both of these cards have women standing there with their backs to us. Okay, we can't see their faces. So one is the swords, one is the cups. So cups are emotions, swords are your thoughts. Okay, so Spirit is saying you're miserable. Okay, you're not happy where you are. Okay, it's time to turn your back on it. Remember, your body is your truth, not your thoughts. If you feel negative in any way, shape, or form, okay, you have attachments to unwanted thoughts and feelings. Okay, you're overthinking things and you're just tying yourself up in knots. Okay, your body is your truth, like Spirit keeps saying every live. If you are not at the normal, the resting place, if you like, of a human, feeling relaxed, feeling contented, feeling happy, feeling calm, and you're in the negative, worrying, stressed, miserable, overthinking, how can I solve this? How can I get out of this? Then that is your body telling you that something needs to change. Okay? So, in order to see the movement, fast movement, moving on, Spirit is saying, become balanced first. If your energy and your thoughts are all over the place, running around like a headless chicken chasing your tail, okay, then you're not going to hear or get the guidance from your higher self or your spirit team. You're not going to get those intuitive nudges because you're not listening. which goes back to the very first spirit message for the collective. Okay, for those of you looking, yes, finding that peace. Where's that peace within you? Peace. When you become peaceful, okay, and focus on what you love, what is it that's going to make you want to get out of bed in the morning? Okay, not what job pays the most, but I will hate it and leave there within a year or whatever. Okay, what is your passion? Okay, then you surrender. I know it's done. I've placed my order. Okay, it's mine, because if I can think of it, it's already mine. If I can think that, yeah, I want to earn X amount and work these hours and blah, 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 then it's there for me to have. I'm choosing it. Thank you very much. Okay, then within a 3 to 4, so within 3 to 4 days, within 3 to 4 weeks, okay, or even 3 to 4 months for some of you, you will have a job offer. Okay, it can be a promotion. It can be a pay rise. Okay, but this person is offering you money for your loyalty, your services. Okay, so if you're miserable in a job, really look again at the story you're telling yourself. You cannot want in your heart an amazing job, your dream job with your dream pay, when your head is telling a totally different story that is not in alignment. Okay. Okay, guys, we've got 15 minutes. If anybody wants their own personal reading, let me know before I come off the live. It is paid readings only. I may not be back on Sunday, but I will try and remember to put a post in the community post. If I'm not, may have something come up on Sunday. It's not been confirmed yet. If you want your own personal readings, you know, where it's your own video so that you can watch it as many times as you like, then the description for private readings, loved ones in spirit, pets in spirit, love readings, general readings, you name it, readings, just not health, legal or pregnancy predictions. Okay, or how's this pregnancy? I never get names. Okay, spirit never gives me names or places, so no good asking me about because they're energy. Okay, they just give the energy around things. All the free readings that I've done today, the collective readings, the 3 of them, will be, the timestamps will be pinned in the comments when the live has finished. Okie doke, I think I've covered everything. And lots of information that Spirit has given us during this live anyway on certain things, as to why you're not in contact with somebody, as to why you're not in your dream job, as to why you don't have the money, etc., etc. Look at the story you are going around telling yourselves. Because your thoughts, your emotions, any current circumstances or conditions are all temporary. They can change at any time when you change the story. Hello, Devil, my lovely. I've been doing readings, my lovely. No, not those kind of readings, my lovely. So I will be putting the times for the collective readings that we had into the comments, pinned in the comments. Okay, my lovelies, coming to the end of the live. Keep your eyes on the community post for Sundays, whether I do it or not. Okay, for Sunday, like I say, I might have something coming up that's not been set in stone yet. Thank you for those of you who have joined in. Thank you for those of you that have got readings. For others of you, the collective readings that Spirit gave you may help. If not, then there is the other lives, okay, in each of the lives that I've done this year. And you will see, because the thumbnail will have plus the 3 free collective readings. Okay, the timestamps for all of them are in the comment section below each one of those lives. Okay, so you can go to the timestamps and listen to those, because they may resonate, whereas today's ones may not have that message for you. Again, the lives, you know, I mean, the shorts or the videos, it doesn't matter. They're not time sensitive. Doesn't matter how long ago. You know, I had a spirit message short that I did over a year ago suddenly blow up. Suddenly went viral after a year. So, you know, they're not time sensitive. There's all sorts of the pick a card readings. If you're into pick a card readings, they are all in a playlist, so you don't have to go through the channel, all the videos. You can just go into the playlist and see pick a card readings and choose which one. Celebrity readings as well that have passed over. I remember the George Michael one that I did. You could actually see his orb manifested in the reading. Never had that before in a reading. That was kind of special. Okay, it's gone very quiet. So I will end today's session. I will go and put the timestamps in the comments so that you can listen back. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful evening or day wherever you are. Love and light.